In an ancient fragment from the histories of Alexander's conquests, dating 310 BC, it is noted, Alexander's affections knew no bounds, embracing the beauty found in both genders. So Netflix is at it again. They have made a controversial documentary called Alexander the Great, The Making of a God. And in the opening, almost, let's say, 5 minutes, you have Alexander the Great making out with a guy. Is that inaccurate? Is this just basically Netflix trying to push their LGBTQI, whatever it is?
Imagine that! I hate this!
Them trying to push their agenda, they actually aren't. Alexander the Great was probably bisexual if you had to classify him in our day, based on that quote that you just heard me read. There are other ancient quotes that I could pull up real quick, and I'm just going to read them for you. Alexander was so overcome with love for Hephaestion that he would often kiss him in public. So that is obviously showing us the clear affection that Alexander had for his closest friend, Hephaestion. There are other quotes. This is written by Aristobulus, a general in Alexander's army. He loved his wife Vasine, but he loved Hephaestion more than anyone. This dates to around 323 BC. I think you get the point. There are many references that are vague and somewhat not vague that indicate that Alexander did have relations with both men and also women. He, of course, did get married. He had a kid as well. He had a harem of over 300 women. So clearly he was what we would consider an emperor or a king in the ancient world. However, just digressing just a little bit, I think that we as humanity in the 21st century have to stop glorifying people in the ancient world. The ancient world was a sick place. Yes, there were wonders, yes, there were things that people did well, but that does not excuse the sick behavior that was rampant in the ancient world, from slavery to pedophilia to insane laws. Now, ancient Greece has somewhat received a pass in terms of the way that it's viewed in our Western culture. However, we need to see it for what it is. Just as sick as any other culture, pedophilia was rampant in ancient Greece, and it was guised in the form of male mentorship. But it was nothing more than pedophilia. I don't care what you historians want to make it out to be. Oh, the mentor was trying to teach the young boy things about life and train him for the army and blah blah blah. The ancient world, and in this context, ancient Greece, was a sick society. So let's stop glorifying the past and instead focus on the present. We are not perfect, but we are way better as a society than the ancients were. I know that there is this intrinsic urge to somewhat believe that people back then were smarter than us. People back then were better than us in some way. But morally speaking, they weren't. A lot of them were sick bastards. And we should stop glorifying such cultures. And one more thing on Alexander himself. The guy conquered the whole known world by the time he was 24 years old. Why the hell are we talking about his sexuality? What does that have to do with anything? Provided he didn't do anything illegal from what we would see in our day, we should just see him for what he was, a great emperor and ruler in the context of his time. And as for Netflix, they could have focused the show more along the lines of his conquests and the value that he added to mankind, instead of not even waiting 5 minutes to jump into the sexuality realm. So Netflix is obviously taking advantage of the historical record That's what they're doing to push their LGBTQBIE agenda. Now, with all that being said, that's the end of the video. This was a bit of a rant, and I do apologize. If you like this video, feel free to give me a like. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. If I got anything wrong, or if you would like to add anything, feel free to leave me a comment below. And as always, take care and have a great day.